So in this video, we're going to talk about why we tend to close our heart, how we can open our heart and be much more kind and loving to ourselves and others, and why that makes us much more happy and fulfilled. So if this is the first time that we meet, I'm Jonas Erb, and on this channel we talk about authenticity and personal growth. We provide tools and ideas that help you gain clarity, freedom, and fulfillment in your life. If you haven't yet, consider subscribing just down here. So let's first talk about why we tend to close our hearts. We close our hearts because we are afraid. We are afraid to be hurt. We are afraid to feel pain. We are afraid to be deceived. We are just basically afraid of our heart to be broken in one way or another. And so this is why we tend to automatically close our hearts, so we don't have to feel any hurt, any pain, any kind of uncomfortable feelings. But what we often don't realize is that by closing our hearts, we are not actually making the heartbreak go away or make other people not, basically we don't achieve what we want, not to be broken or not to have pain and fear and so on. But what actually happens when we close our heart is that we are disconnected from the feelings that are already there. We suppress what is in our heart. And it doesn't actually help, because if we close our hearts down, other people are going to feel that, and they're not going to be more kind and loving to us. They'll probably be more distant to us. And it actually makes us much more likely to be hurt, to have a broken heart, to be fearful, to feel pain, and so on. And when we learn to open our hearts, we are going to send out this energy of this open-heartedness, and people are going to feel much more comfortable around us. They are feeling that we are kind and loving, and they are also going to be much more kind and loving. If there's someone walking across the street and he or she is smiling at you, you're going to be much more likely to want to smile as well. Like this energy, this open heart feeling is contagious. You're going to feel this feeling from someone else, and this other person is going to feel it off of you as well. And so actually closing our heart, this tendency that we have to close our heart, is not going to help us. And Michael Singer talks in his book, The Untethered Soul, going to show it here. He talks about what in spirituality, one of the most important practices you have to learn and to start to embody is to stop closing your heart and learn to keep your heart open, whatever happens. Because our heart has this innate ability to process any kind of emotions, any kind of things that are coming up. And if you allow our heart to stay open, this natural process of letting those emotional energies come up and be processed and pass through, this natural process is going to unfold. And what we tend to realize is that actually when we first start to open our heart and we have been suppressing and kind of closing our heart a lot, first thing that might come up is sadness, or maybe anger, or maybe fear, or maybe pain. And that's okay. That's probably why we wanted to shove it all down here. But what we're not realizing is that actually by shoving it all down here, the beautiful, loving, and joyful energies and emotions, they don't come up either. So what we're tending to do by closing our heart is we block this natural flow of emotional energy that would normally pass through our heart. And so we can also not feel happy, joyful, loving. And so by learning to open that channel up again, open our heart again, and let this natural tendency of our heart to just let emotions come up and pass through, let this happen, then all the heartbreak, all the sadness, whatever is stored up in your heart that you wanted to suppress is going to come up, and it's going to be processed, going to be felt, it's going to be experienced. And then you might feel a little sad, you might feel pain, you might feel whatever you feel, but they are going to come up and they're going to be gone at some point. If you just fully allow those feelings to be there, they're going to come up and be let go of at some point. And then what happens is the beautiful, loving openness, joyfulness, peace, this beautiful feeling of love is going to come out of you. And just learning to open your heart is going to increase your ability to just feel joyful and happy. So how can you actually open your heart? So opening your heart, you can really start just putting your hand on your heart. And just see if you feel any kind of warmth feeling of warmth, maybe on your hands, or maybe on your heart, or maybe in your heart. And just allow yourself to feel. Allow yourself to feel anything you're feeling. And if you're feeling nothing, then allow yourself to feel that and experience that nothingness. And so just see if you can allow your heart to open a little bit. And so just let this question drop into your body. Don't try to do it from your head, but let this question drop into your body, as if you kind of like we're dropping this question into your body. Could I allow my heart to open? And just allow this question to kind of fall down into your body. And just see if your heart can open a little bit. And then ask yourself, could I allow my heart to open a little bit more? And could I allow my heart to open a little bit more? And could I allow my heart to open a little bit more? And just allow yourself to experience any kind of feeling, any kind of emotion, any kind of energy that's coming up. Because there might be some pain, there might be some sadness, there might be any kind of uncomfortable feelings. Like when I first started doing this practice, I had a lot of uncomfortable feelings coming up. But also allowing them to come up and pass through, I allowed those deeper feelings to come up. And so then just, if it helps, just try to rub a little bit on your heart and see if you can feel your heart a little bit more. Sometimes it helps to kind of unkink your heart, kind of open it up. Sometimes it just helps to just leave your hands and just allow your heart to open like that. Just ask yourself, could I allow my heart to open a little bit more? And a little bit more. And a little bit more. And just see and allow myself to feel whatever I'm feeling. And then do that every day, a couple of minutes, and just see what happens. What happens when you allow your heart to open? And don't just do it at home. When you go about your day, when you enter public transport, could you just allow your heart to open? Could you allow your heart to open to all those people in the public transport? When you're talking with friends, could you just allow your heart to open a little bit more when you're talking with them? And also, when you are at work, could you just open your heart to your colleagues? And especially when you are in an argument with someone, try if you could just leave your heart still open. Because if you leave your heart open, then it's not about winning or losing. It's just about you communicating. You can be very clear and direct, but still have your heart open, and you're not going to break the relationship, whatever kind of relationship you have. You're not going to break the relationship if you let your heart stay open. But if you close down your heart in an argument, you kind of cut this connection of your relationship to this other person. You're going to withdraw the love, and the other person is going to feel, left out. And so just allowing yourself to open your heart and see what is going to happen. See what is going to happen in your life when you open your heart. How is your relationship to yourself going to change? How is your relationship to others going to change? And just allow yourself to explore that and see what happens. That's what I wanted to say in this video. If you liked the video, please hit the like button. And if you haven't yet, please consider subscribing to support my channel. And turn on the notifications bell so you'll be notified when new videos are going to come out. And hey, I got so many videos on my channel, I encourage you to just watch some more of my videos. This one is the one that YouTube thinks would like the most. And this one is my most recent video. So have fun watching and have a great day. Goodbye everyone.